Hey guys, welcome to Brickstars. Today we're looking at 10332, the Medieval Town Square. The photos for this set just released, and in this video we're going to take a look at the set and focus in on some of the Easter eggs that we found. We're super excited about this set. It's supposed to come out March 4th. 3,300 parts, just around 230 USD, and 8 minifigures. Beautiful looking set. I can tell this is going to be an instant classic. Just looking at the front of the box here, we get a couple different buildings, a couple different colors on the buildings. We see the thatch roof that we've seen on the Lion Knight's castle, some interesting details, and in this video we're really going to focus on trying to find some Easter eggs from this set, some details, some references to previous sets, and talk about the build and the minifigures that we get with this set. So here we have a look at the back. There's lots going on here. We have a tavern, a kitchen, bedroom, a shield painting area. There's a cheese shop, there's a woodworking shop, and there's a tapestry area. So beautiful town, lots of services that are being done, and it looks great opened up like this. And the buildings can also be closed as well. You can remove the roofs, see the details inside. So awesome looking set. One thing that people noted was that the box art has the Lego 18 plus style, and people were wondering why it didn't mimic the 90th anniversary set, kind of the retro Legoland style that we're used to seeing for these type of sets, especially the castle ones. So we took a stab at redesigning the box art in this style. To be honest, I kind of like the black. It makes it look more special and unique, and it really isn't part of the 90th anniversary series. It's kind of on its own. So either way, the set is what matters, and we think it looks great. And of course, it's a nod to the Medieval Market Village from 2009. So this was one of my favorite sets, still is. Great looking set. You can see this scene here. There's knights, there's a couple villagers, they've got a little market stall, a tree, and these buildings just look great together. I remember loving the colors, the tan, the blue, the pops of brown, and this one featured a couple animals with the horse, and we got 2 cows or bulls and a little feast here with the turkey. So beautiful looking sets. The designers did mention they wanted to take inspiration from this set, but also wanted something new. So we think they've done a great job of that. And we're going to dive right into looking at the minifigures. So we get 8 of them here. A nice balance with some regular civilian figures here and some noble knight looking figures, and of course the Wolfpack. And here are the animals that we get. So we've seen the squirrel and the cat before, the kitten, but we see the goat making a return yet again, this time in the dark bluish gray color. Awesome looking piece. Awesome looking minifigures all around. We're going to get into details, first looking at the civilian figs. So these ones obviously reminded us of the Mill Village raid set. This could have been the last time we saw kind of these peasant figs appear, and I think these new torsos look great. They're obviously updated since this set was released over 15 years ago or so, but the details don't make these older figures look outdated, which means you could add them to your town scene, and I love that they've done that. And of course, they all come with a couple details. We've seen this torso before in the Lion Knight's castle, so I think it's a great looking torso. Can't have enough of those. And just overall awesome looking figures. Getting civilians is something that Lego Castle fans have been asking for a while. And the goat. So obviously the original goat with its spots, and recently we received the all white goat from the collectible minifigure series. So we now have 3 official Lego goat colors. I gotta say, I do love the dark gray. I wouldn't have minded if they included a brown one as well. But just for the goat to make a return, I think has been on everyone's list for a while. And here we have some of the noble knights and Wolfpack. So looking at the knight figures, obviously the Lion Knight from the Lion Knight's castle, and this maiden figure or tavern hostess, very reminiscent of this figure from the Lion Knight's castle. I do love the similarities in the torso, but it's got its own design. The ape or the hood is slightly different, and obviously they're a little bit different in age, but great companion figs. And what can we say about the Wolfpack making a return? So I wanted to note this from the Lion Knight's castle. I remember when I was building that set, I noticed they had a slightly different rendering of the shield, and I I, I couldn't help but think it was a hint that we would see the Wolfpack return, especially since later on in the instructions they include this little note here. This bell will do well to warn the townsfolk if the Wolfpack marauders should one day return. And of course, here he is wreaking havoc in the medieval town, stealing goods. What a great figure to get a return. Like, the torso print looks amazing. I can't wait to get more detailed shots. It probably has some back printing too. But the shield looks great. And obviously, for those that remember, this was the original Wolfpack. So they've kept the iconic black arms and brown torsos with the gray pants. A look at that original set. Perhaps we get a wave of Wolfpack sets. That would be really nice. And just looking at the faction revival that Lego's given us. So we haven't gotten a full wave of castle, but we do get little pops of castle sets here and there. So whether it's the medieval blacksmith that gave us the Black Falcon Knights, or the Lion Knight's castle, the Forestman, and most recently the Magisto gift set, which featured the Dragon Knight, we've kind of seen all these factions slowly bounce back. So I really do hope we get a wave and get more factions and a full wave of sets. I would say one downside is kind of the same comment I had with the Magisto gift with purchase, is that we didn't get a shield for either of these two factions. So a Dragon Knight shield would have been welcome, and of course a Wolfpack shield would have been very welcome as well. This figure looks great. Probably my favorite of the bunch. I love the purple print, the black, the pops of gold. I think he's officially known as the tax collector, so he's probably going around for the king collecting his taxes. And what I find cool here is this face is, I think, Lego's most popular face of 2023 and 2024. Here we see him as a pirate, as an Arctic explorer on the Orient Express, taking care of the this year's modular, the museum, and firefighting as well. So very versatile face. It looks great. So I'm happy we got it in a castle setting as well. Just taking a look at the build here. So I mentioned some of the colors, but beautiful techniques. Like, this is very kind of old European style, with the wood going this way. I do like this detail here on the shutters. Cool building technique, reminiscent of this year's Bricklink castle set. And we do get flags and different banners throughout the set. I would say a lot of them appear to be stickers, which is not usually a fan favorite, but the original set in 2009 also featured stickers. And I do love some of the building techniques that I'm seeing looking at this. Very detailed, the cobblestone steps, a little garden here with the beehive. I'm curious how this rounded roof technique was made. And just looking at this main structure here, what's interesting is it can be closed and open depending how you want to display it. Nice size. This is kind of what I imagine a medieval town. It would have some tall buildings all kind of condensed and put tightly together. But this building specifically, the red one, reminds us of the old guarded inn. So clearly, I think Lego gave us this pop of red as a link to this set. it's one of the Easter eggs that we found, so we think it's a great nod to classic Lego set, and it looks great. Here we took the image of that building and tried to see what it would look like next to the Lion Knight's castle. Of course, beautiful set. We have this one. We can't wait to add the village, and it ties in seamlessly. So everything from the building technique of of the walls to the little window details that they've included, and then of course this dark bluish gray bit here matches the flags consistent with the Lion Knights. So it's indeed a village that's under their protection and looks great tied in here. The next reference they had was they had this big tree in the middle of the original market village set. Here we see a modernized looking tree. I love this building technique. I think these branch pieces look great. It definitely looks like an old oak tree, and it features a neat little detail here. Of course, these would have been nice to be printed, but looking at this goat sticker, it seems like they've slashed the price on the goat. It's for sale. It could be that Lego's obviously aware of the crazy price that the goat piece has seen. So you can see here in the last 6 months, kind of the average selling price for this little goat piece. So are they perhaps speculating that the reintroduction of the goat mold will drop the price of the goat? Maybe, but I I think it could increase it because now people will want to add this goat to their village. So we'll see what happens. Either way, cool piece to see. Beautiful build. You can see the different techniques they're using here. And we have another Easter egg in the tapestry pieces here. Obviously, this artwork in reference to the yellow castle, one of the original Lego castle sets. And when I saw this white and red, I knew that, and the brick built horses, I knew there was a joust set from early on that is clearly made reference here. You can even see the trees are that Lego style tree, the tall fern tree, pine tree, and the minifigures on the horses. So really cool to see. I love this artwork. And nice detail here. You can see they have the different colors that went into making this. The next Easter egg is somewhere here in the shield. You're going to see this piece here. Look at this set. So clearly they've matched the pose of the box art from the king from the 1990s. I love this shield too. So in the Lion Knight's castle, we received a couple different colored shields. Here we get the big shield, which was something I wish they included in the original Lion Knight's castle, so it's really nice to get here. I would say I touched on the fact that I wish we got the Wolfpack shield. I wish we also got a couple other shields here. I think one painted shield is nice, but it would have been cool to get a couple more shields, or maybe one of the older shields painted or something. But nonetheless, anytime we get a new shield, it's always good. So overall, a great looking set. We do have some pluses and minuses. So we think the build looks awesome. We're excited to get this set as soon as it comes out and have our time to build it. We think the set displays beautifully. So whether it's closed or open or along the Lion Knight's castle, we think it's awesome. And we get detailed minifigures, so all new torso prints, awesome looking figures, detailed looking figures, the return of the Wolfpack. Can't say enough about how great the minifigures look, and we really like how it integrates with the Lion Knight's castle. So one of my kind of critiques of the medieval blacksmith is that although a beautiful building, it's tough to integrate with other sets because it's so much bigger in size. So these buildings tie in nicely with the rest of the system, and I think if you got multiple sets of this, you could build up a nice little town. Really cool to see references to older sets. So we talked about the Easter eggs that we found here. Obviously, there could be some more that we'll find as we build the set, but just on the images that we had, that's what we were able to see. And we get the goat in a new color, so that's awesome. What we wish the set gave us. So it's always tough to critique sets like this because they are so great, but I do think some more animals would have been nice. Whether that's a second goat, whether it was maybe a baby goat mold. So they've given us the baby sheep, lamb, the baby cow, the baby pig. Um, a baby goat might have been a great opportunity here. More shields. So the Wolfpack would have been nice to get a shield. Maybe another Lion Knight shield. We get a Lion Knight in the set. I didn't see that he had even the smaller shield with him, so that would have been nice. More minifigures. We get a decent amount. Definitely 8 is a good amount, but I think if we had 12 minifigures, that would probably be more in line with my expectations. Perhaps another Lion Knight, maybe a secondary Wolf Pack, and then another another civilian or two. So can't complain too much, but more is always better in terms of minifigures. And we did get some accessory builds in terms of the tree and the little cheese vendor stand and kind of this small cart. But for a town, I would have liked to see maybe a horse drawn carriage, maybe another vendor stand, and maybe something like a statue in the center of the town, something that had maybe a all gray knight or something. It's similar to the medieval village, but that one had a market stall. It had kind of a table set up where they were feasting under a tree. So I think including other accessory builds, even for as a set for children to add more play features, I think would have been welcome. And I'm not a fan of stickers, so although they do look great here, and especially the tapestry the piece, had it been printed, it would have been that much better. So, of course, understandable with trying to keep costs down, um, and getting a lot of other new things in this set. The stickers are not too bad, but it would have been nicer if they're printed. So, we're really excited for this set to come out. March, early March, it comes out. It'll be a day one purchase for us. Let us know in the comments if we missed any Easter eggs, what you're looking forward to the most, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.